Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fitrawati. My rec number N1D220109. I want to explain about modified subject and verb. If the subject of a sentence is singular, then the verb must be singular. If the subject of a sentence is plural, then the verb must be plural. Yang pertama itu make verbs agree after prepositional phrase. Ketika sebuah prepositional phrase datang antara subjek dan verb, maka kita harus pastikan bahwa verbnya itu sudah sesuai dengan subjeknya. Teman-teman dapat melihat pada contoh yang pertama, the key to the doors are in the drawer, yang dimana pada kalimat tersebut subjeknya itu the key. The key itu kan tunggal, maka verb yang harus ikut juga tunggal, yaitu is. Jadi kalimat yang pertama yang menggunakan verb are salah. Yang benar itu the key to the doors is in the drawer. Begitu juga pada kalimat yang kedua, the keys to the door is in the drawer. Ini salah karena verbnya itu is, yang harusnya are karena subjeknya itu jamak. Berikutnya itu make verbs agree after certain words, yang dimana dalam bahasa Inggris ada beberapa kata yang selalu dianggap tunggal, seperti anybody, everybody, anything, everything, somebody, no one, dan seterusnya. Contohnya yang pertama, somebody actually love that man. Pertama dilihat somebody selalu tunggal, jadi verbnya harus bentuk tunggal juga, yaitu loves. The correct sentence, somebody actually loves that man. Everything in this living room look expensive. The correct sentence is everything in this living room looks expensive. Yang berikutnya make inverted verbs agree, yang dimana di sini kita harus paham bahwa pada kalimat-kalimat di sini yang berdiri duluan itu verbnya, lalu subjeknya. Lebih jelasnya teman-teman bisa melihat dari kalimat ini, behind the house was the bicycles I wanted, yang dimana mungkin sebagian teman-teman mengira bahwa the house sebagai subjeknya, yang ternyata behind the house itu sebagai keterangan tempat, was-nya sebagai verb, dan the bicycle sebagai subjek. Yang saya katakan tadi ada kalimat yang lebih dulu verb lalu subjek, seperti ini. Yang pertama kita melihat subjeknya, the bicycles, yang merupakan jamak. Jadi verbnya was, berarti was ini salah, yang harusnya were, karena subjeknya itu berbentuk jamak. Jadi verbnya juga harus berbentuk jamak. Jadi kalimat ini yang benar, behind the house were the bicycles I wanted. Berikutnya make verbs agree after expressions of quantity. When the subject is an expression of quantity followed by the preposition of, the subject can be singular or plural depending on what follows the preposition of. For example, all of the book was interesting. Yang kita lihat subjeknya itu tidak terpengaruh oleh all, tapi kita lihat itu subjeknya the book. Jadi subjeknya singular, verbnya juga singular, yaitu was. Kalimat kedua, half of my students in my school are from East Java. This sentence is correct because the subject is plural and the verb plural too, are, yaitu are. Sedangkan contoh yang ketiga, all of the information was interesting. Subjeknya itu the information dan verbnya was. The information merupakan kata yang tak terhitung atau uncountable, maka dianggap sebagai tunggal sehingga verbnya was. That's all for me. Thank you for your time and attention. I'm sorry if I have many mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Hasdi Fatwal. I'm from English Literature Department, Halu Oleo University Class A. Today, we're going to talk about subject with a positive and verb agreement. Before we're going to the agreement, I'm going to explain briefly about what is a positive. So, a positive is basically when two noun phrases placed next to each other. For example, Nina, a beautiful girl, is Raden's neighbor. So, Nina and a beautiful girl is two noun phrases that are placed next to each other. But here, Nina uh, act out as the subject, and a beautiful girl is the appositive phrase. So a positive phrase usually have two commas before and after it, but uh, it doesn't always like that, which means it can also be placed in front of the sentence, and that's why it's so tricky to sometimes to differentiate between subject and a positive phrase. Okay, we move on to the agreement. So we know that subject and verb has to agree with another in number. So if the subject is singular, and then the verb has to be singular. So for example, the animal looks unhappy. The animal is singular, so the verb that follow it should be singular, which means which is why it use looks. And then if the subject is plural, and then the verb has to be plural. So for example, the animals look unhappy. So animals is singular, is plural, and look is also plural. Okay, I'll give you one. I'll give you another example. So, for example, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, one of many successful actors in Hollywood, has an intense workout regimen. So we know that in the sentence, even though the positive phrase use the pronoun actors, but the subject, we know, Chris Hemsworth, is still singular. So that is why it use has. That indicates the verb we use here is singular because the subject is also singular. Alright, I'll give you one last example. So for example, the books, an English dictionary, and a chemistry text were on the shelf yesterday. So we know in the appositive phrase they use an and a as the determiner that indicates the two nouns are singular, but we know since it's the subject, the books is plural, and also even we know that in the appositive phrase there are an that indicates it's also plural, so we use where as the auxiliary verb, which is plural. Okay, I think that's all I can explain. I'm sorry if there are any mistakes, and I know I'm still learning a lot about this. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tessa Asmarani Arman, NIM N1D220113. I am from Group 1. So today I'm going to talk about agreement, in which I want to explain about nouns and pronouns agreement. So today I'm going to talk about nouns and pronouns agreement. And the first I want to talk about noun agreement. Agreement is the noun form of the verb agree, which means to be in harmony of feeling or opinion. Then means the act or agreeing or a condition in which all people are content with a situation or what they must do. Rules of noun agreement. Nouns must agree with their verbs, which means that a singular noun requires a singular verb and a plural noun requires a plural verb. And sentences do make sense when their verbs agree with their nouns in number. Sentences do make sense when their verbs agree with their nouns in number. Sentences do make sense when their verbs agree with their nouns. Example of nouns agreement. John and Mary are a couple. Tessa doesn't like vegetable. Anything is doubtful and I don't care about it. I had many bananas. Would you like to pick it? Okay. Now we wanna going to talk about pronouns agreement. A pronoun is a word used to stand for or take the place of a noun. A word can refer to an either noun or pronoun in the sentence. Rules of pronouns agreement. First, a singular pronoun must replace a singular noun. A plural pronoun must replace a plural noun. A phrase or clause between the subject and verb doesn't change the number of the antecedent. Indefinite pronouns as antecedent. Compound subject joined by and always take a plural refers. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you can understand what I say, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Inrawan. My name is N1D220113, and I am from class C. And my group is group 1. D. Subject and possessive. Possessive pronouns are used to show the possession or ownerships when you are using possessive pronouns such as his, hers, mine, theirs, your, or ours. Make sure that the possessive pronoun agree in the number with the noun to which it refers. In the correct, I have my card and my husband has theirs. Correct, I have my car and my husband has his. In the first tense, the singular pronoun his shall be used to show that the car belongs to the singular noun the husband. In the correct, there is the children's room. All those toys are hers. The correct, this is the children's room. All the toys are theirs. In the second sentence, there shall be used to show that the toys belong to the plural noun and children. And thank you very much.